Before we jump into this episode, I want to take a moment to tell you about the upcoming Texas Woodworking Festival, a 2-day celebration where makers and enthusiasts come together to share their passion for the craft. Join us for a weekend filled with creativity, community, and inspiration. You'll meet tool manufacturers, furniture makers, woodworking clubs, content creators, and more, all in one place with great food and drinks, and of course, all things woodworking. It all takes place in Austin, Texas on September 26th and 27th. The festival features an education track on both Saturday and Sunday, where you'll have a chance to learn from masters of the craft. Plus, there's also a special pre-conference content creator track on Friday, September 25th. Head to TexasWoodworkingFestival.com for more details and to grab your tickets. Use code MWA615 to get 10% off your tickets. I'll drop a link in the show notes. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, there's something for everyone at the Texas Woodworking Festival. Don't miss it. Hi, I'm Kyle, and on this episode of the MWA podcast, Sean, Brian, Jeff, and I are asking David Douyard with 5 other questions. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out David's interview on episode 614. So welcome back to the show, David.
Well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
And before we get into the 5 questions, or the 5 other questions, let's dip our toes into the woodworking news. So first up, Powermatic has a new lathe out, and it's a small lathe. It's a 14-inch by 20-inch woodworking lathe. But what kind of made this interesting is it's a small lathe, but it has all the features of their big boy. It's got one of those magnetic start and stop things that you can position all over the lathe. That kind of looks like their big lathe scaled down. The only, and it's, $2,850, which is not outrageous for such a lathe. But the only thing that kind of got me was you can only get a extension bed on it for 13 inches. So that's what, 23 inches. So you're talking real world, probably 20 and 22 between centers, which is really not enough for chair making.
13 would be, okay. So it's still a 14 diameter. But it's twice as big as my lathe, which is 14. But that's a hefty price tag for something that, like you said, like it's not exactly gonna make.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll make a chair leg, maybe we'll make a chair.
Well,
parts.
it would make your basic chair parts, but you could get into some situations where you need something a little longer, pretty easily. But what is interesting is the head. You can turn the head around, and even the drill extension you can put on 2 different levels, so you can do outboard turning on it. It's really a nice lathe. I don't know if you can double up the bed extension, so you have one 13-inch and then put another 13-inch on top of that, or not.
I don't think. I'm looking at the bed extension now.
And it doesn't look like it.
It's not rectangular. It's it's pitched up.
That wouldn't make it very stable either.
No,
probably
a lot of weight.
Balance issue. Yeah,
a lot of weight. But anyway, I thought it was kind of interesting. If you're looking for a top of the line small lathe, this is pretty interesting.
What is that called? I mean, it's not a midi lathe. It's not a full size lathe. It's somewhere in the middle, right? There's not really a category for that.
It's not quite a midi lathe. It's a little bigger than that. It's kind of in between.
Yeah.
I think it's called disappointment.
This guy, this one-way guy over here, probably.
Yeah.
Powermatic, you're making it. Oh, that's disappointing.
It would be disappointing. Hey, I want to make this chair, and it won't fit between
Nothing but rockers.
Right. I mean, but like 20 inches, but 20 between centers is less than 20.
And then so, even with the extension, you're at 23, but in real world, you're probably 21, 22 inches.
To me, that gives me 3+ inches more diameter in bowl making, right? It's not chair making, but it's bowl making.
But I figured I'd throw it in here. It's a nice lathe. I kind of like it that they're getting those big boy features into a smaller lathe, so that's kind of handy.
I mean, the variable speed, I'm sure. I mean, all those motors are getting better and better. As technology advances. But very nice. Very nice.
I'm not sure how small. If you look at the manual, there's a big dude standing by this thing. and
Do we have an actual
yeah,
footprint?
so
well, you can buy it with or without the stand. So
yeah,
you know,
266 pounds with the stand.
It's a 1 horsepower variable drive. You know.
So don't anybody get the impression this is like a pen lathe or a hobby, a little
No,
hobby
it's
trinket.
more
Like
than
this.
that.
Yeah, this has got some compact power in a compact form.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good way of putting it. So
yeah, it's
Despite what Jeff says.
It's
exactly.
a big boy pen lathe.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
And with that, we'll move on to our next couple of items. Both of them are for Lost Art Press, and the first one is they have a new book by Peter Follansbee, and it's called the 17th Century Essex County Cupboard Book. So it's all about this cupboard that he built, and it is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I think this has been in fine woodworking before. This is obviously a more detailed look into how to build this and all the research and probably the history behind it, and it is fantastic. And I want this in my house, but it would not match anything else in my house.
It's gorgeous.
No, not.
But it
not
is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. And so, in my neck of the woods, that word is pronounced not cupboard.
Okay.
But the cupboard is where we put our glasses and plates. It's the cupboard.
Mm-hmm.
It's the modern version of it, right? This is a old 17th century version of the same thing. Beautifully styled, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But again, I don't know whose motif that necessarily fits into, but it would be fun to build.
Yes, it would.
It looks like it encompasses cabinet making, turning, maybe some marquetry. There's a lot of detail and a lot going.
Well, definitely some
hundreds of hours.
Yeah.
Yes, hundreds of well put. Yes,
hundreds of hours. It's a beautiful piece.
Yes,
it is.
Yes,
it
but
is
a
fantastic.
month plus of directed work.
Yes,
no doubt about it.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. And dear listener, Peter might be on the podcast here in a few weeks. So anyway,
look forward to talking to him.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. Peter's a wonderful person.
Oh, he's so cool. So cool.
Yep. Should be great. So, and then lastly, Lost Art Press has the new stick chair journal. This is issue number 4 is out, and you can get it both in printed and PDF, and it is not bad. It's a nice journal. I think he's putting these out about annually, something like that. So this one has a lot of good things. It deals with Don Weber, his life of work. He goes into the layout computer for chair designs and all kinds of nice stuff. And also a lot of stuff about, I think there's a chair in here, the Beb 4-stick comeback, and there's plans and all kinds of stuff in there. So the Stick Chair Journal is always great. So
how many of the Stick Chair Journals do you have, Kyle?
I have all of them.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So this is another one on the.
I only have a couple of them in print. I have a couple in PDF. One of the benefits of subscribing to Chris's American Peasant Substack is that you get the PDF of the Stick Chair Journal when it comes out. So anyway.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. So actually they had a problem with their publisher or the getting the book printed, or should I say the printing company, not the publisher, but the printing company actually getting the book printed. They had a big backlog and stuff like that. So I've actually had the Stick Chair Journal for a couple of months, I think, Jeff, something like that, when he sent the PDF. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So pretty cool. So with that, let's thank our patrons. So who do we have to thank?
We'd like to give our patrons a big shout out. And today we're giving that particular shout out to Dennis Meko. Let's go Meko. Sorry, buddy. Thank you for supporting us. I'm sorry I butchered your name. And if you would like to share in Dennis's support of us, you can go to patreon.com/MWA podcast and help us out there.
Yes. And Dennis, if you're going to Handworks, look us up so we can know exactly how we should pronounce your name.
Yes, please. Just let general statement to the populace. If you meet us in Handworks or any other avenues,
Yeah, you're a
please-
patron. Yeah, let us know exactly
please
how
correct
to
us.
pronounce your name.
Yes. I know we've got Joe Bass Bass.
It's
on
Bass.
the,
Yeah.
I know it's Bass, but when you spell your name in a way that can be pronounced multiple ways, let us know.
Let us know. Exactly. All right. Well, on to the 5 questions. So, David, what tool or tools are you considering adding to your shop?
None.
None.
I love it. I got everything I need.
Come
I love
on.
that.
How's that? Well, yeah, I was looking at that and the question, and then I was in my shop today, and it's like my chop saw station is from the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
right? I bought one of the early DeWalt compound miter saws.
Mhm.
Getting a vacuum on it just doesn't work.
Yep.
And so that and I have a chop saw station, so I can do repetitive cuts pretty easy.
Mhm.
Between that and then when I built it in the new shop when I moved here, I made all the drawers, put them on runners, and I didn't do any drawer fronts. So I have to periodically go through and empty every drawer and get all the sawdust out of them.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yep, and I promised myself I'm going to use whatever scrap wood I have and make drawer fronts and deal with the sawdust problem, and I just haven't.
Is your
Okay.
DeWalt saw the parallel rails or the horizontal rails?
No rails. This is
No
all-
rails. Just a.
It's just a standard miter, not a sliding.
Yeah, but it's got a 14-inch blade or something. It's got some, so I was at the time when I was in California and I bought it, I was doing a lot of trim work and things like that. And I said, we're doing big installations and I did a ton of, compound cutting and stuff. And the saw, there wasn't any rail saws at the time. This was it.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah.
Right. So it's hard to replace
There are
things.
no rails, so you just went bigger.
Bigger
big
than the blade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big blade, no rails.
No rails, big blade. So, no depth
You can cut
stops,
like
none of that
inch
fancy stuff, and dust,
No depth stops. Whoa. Okay.
no depth stop on it,
All right.
none of that stuff. So, and sawdust collection off it. I've
It
tried
sucks.
half dozen different things. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Non-existent.
Right.
I've got the sliding compound probably from the late 90s. And it's got the little chute on the back. It came with a bag, and it's like nothing goes through that thing. Nothing. So it's just terrible.
I just don't use mine that much. In fact, recently I just totally got rid of my, I repurposed my chop saw station and, just put it on like a portable cart. If I need it, I'll move it outside and boom, do it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. I use it all the time. It gets used almost every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't do my workflow. I don't know. So
Yeah. With all the drawer storage that's around it and stuff like that is as well. Everything is in there. So it's out of the way.
gotcha. Well, when you do the door fronts for your bathroom, you can do some for your shop.
Yeah, right.
In process, right? All right. So, the next question: are there any changes you would like to make to your shop space or workflow? Kind of just touch on that.
I'd like a high ceiling.
Yeah.
My ceiling's only 7.5 feet.
Oh, okay. A higher ceiling. Yes. Okay. That.
Yeah.
I can see that because I mean, just kind of rotating stock, lifting, moving.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not building big things, but I can't stand the sheet of plywood up.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Or 2x4 or exactly.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. But I'm in a beautiful old barn, right? It's an 1870s barn. I converted it into the shop, spray foamed insulation, insulated all the walls, rewired everything, so it's a beautiful place and it's quite cozy in the winter when it's cold, but it'd be really nice to have a little bit more room above the head.
No, I had the same problem. I was just, recently, for months now, renovating my son's house, which was this 1917 cottage. And there's not a wall that's 8 feet tall. And so everything is a complicated cut, complicated movement. I can't stand anything up. And so I mean, I get that. A higher ceiling definitely in those cases makes a big difference.
Yeah.
All right. So our third question, is there a technique that you would like to learn or a class that you would like to take?
I would like to make a guitar.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Hollow body, solid body.
Don't know. No, you know, hollow
Acoustic or
body
electric?
acoustic, hollow body acoustic.
Okay.
You know, and there's a couple of luthiers around here, you know, but they don't offer classes, you know. So like Andy Jack, you've had on the show, is a wonderful chair maker, and he's moved into a new shop with a couple of luthiers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Across the way from him. Yeah.
Yep. No, in the same building. Yeah.
Yeah. Same building, but yeah, I think across the hall or something like that.
Across the hall and stuff, you
Yeah.
know. But
have you been? Have you been to his new shop?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It looks beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. It's far different than his old shop, which is like in a second story above a garage on his farm property, you know. And and this one's like full wall glass and lots of light, and you know, it's really pretty nice.
Yeah, it was nice when we had him in the show. I had him on the show like after we stopped recording, he like gave us a full tour of the whole place, and it was it was like pretty cool. Yeah, it's real pretty. And the other thing, when anybody's out this way, is they go to the Yale Furniture Study. So nobody talks about it.
We had somebody that talked about that.
We should talk about that because it's an incredible resource. So it's Yale University obviously has tons of donors and tons of money. They have their own museum. It's like a 5-story, 3-building museum.
Yeah,
that's everything from Egyptian, all the way on through. They have all the American crafts, and they have a huge furniture selection. Most of it is off-site in, temperature controlled building. They do a ton of research there, but you can make an appointment to go there and look at one of hundreds of originals, rows and rows of Windsor chairs, and settees and carvings and desks and and they're wonderful to go see because you can go there and touch them and measure them.
Well, that was my next question: is can you touch them and measure them? And
So I used to go there and say, I want to see this chair. They bring it out, put it on the table for me, and they say, we'll see you in a bit.
Nice.
So when you're looking at how these guys built these things, you can see them, and even this like green woodworking stuff that we're talking about, they practice that.
Oh yeah.
You can see it,
pretty cool.
because you can see the grain in the things, everything's lined up perfectly, And the other thing, you see these settees, like we complain about getting clean white pine boards, right? They're freaking knots all over your seats. It wasn't a big deal.
Right.
Being pretentious.
Yeah. We look for the perfect piece of lumber, and it's not there.
That's it. That is something else. I think back in the day, when the Industrial Revolution started and we started getting more into manufacturing goods, I think we lost a lot of the quote unquote wood technology that our forebears. And I think there's a lot of that stuff that is buried, and a lot of that stuff. Hey, there he is. And a lot of that stuff that it's been forgotten. Was never written down, and we may never rediscover.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Part of it was, I talk about this with Glenn Rundell quite a bit, as they're out there is, part of it was at the time, it was your trade secrets and it's what kept you in business and not having somebody copy you. Yeah. But we're at a point where it's like, well, if you don't share it, it's lost. Yeah. And there's so much that has been lost. How do you make it so that it, stays relevant and people can learn it and see it and do all that stuff.
Yeah. Is that just a different culture now? Like where we're not so competitive in secrets, where we all want to succeed. We're not trying to like innovate in the same way.
Yeah. I think that's part of it. I would agree. Yeah. And I think a lot of it, some of it's just who was it that dude always reference on the that does all the stagecoach steam bending and stuff like that. He's kind of an industrial steamer, but he like adds ammonia to his steam. And he said that makes he goes, that makes everything limber. It's just a little bit of ammonia, but just a little bit. Yeah. But it's, his stuff is like under pressure, not a lot of pressure, but like 1 or 2 PSI of pressure that he has in his setup. But I mean, he's bending like, 6x4s, Basically,
Yeah.
you know, he's redoing stagecoaches and stuff like that.
Yeah,
all this industrial stuff. But some of his stuff on steam bending is just, you know, it's just like, oh wow, and he doesn't care if it's green or kiln. He just he bends it.
Yeah. Glenn brought us to a place there where they were making stagecoaches. So, you know, it's one of these historic villages or something where they did all their own crafts, but they were making their own wheels. But their steam bending thing, and they're bending, you know, you think of those staves that go from the carriage out for 2 horse lengths.
Yeah.
Right. They're huge. They're like 20 foot long, you know, or more. And they were bending those.
Yeah.
You know, big mechanical wheels and chain driven pulleys and, you know, huge, you know, it took 2-3 people to pick the thing up out of the steamer to put it in place.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if this guy's doing quite that big of stuff, but he's doing some big stuff, and he does wheels and all that kind of stuff. And you know, it's just like,
it's fascinating stuff.
Yeah, they do a lot of that. The other big place, Jeff, if you're out here again, is Mystic Seaport, which is in the old whaling museum. They created the village because Connecticut was known for making all the whaling ships.
Oh, nice.
So they were all made here, and so they've recreated and they make and repair all the tall ships around.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So I used to give demonstrations down there, and I'm in one room one time, and they're making some boats, some lorries, and some other things, and I'm making some chairs, and we have the exact same setup, and we're using the exact same tools, right? They're using, you know, they're using the same steamer I am with a plywood box.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and they're taking the exact same hand planes that I'm using to the boats, and they're, you know, it's really amazing.
You're making something to sit in, and they're making a sail. It's quite the difference.
A year or so ago, we found out that Brian's wife has the perfect steamer. Have you stolen that from her yet?
The Jiffy things, yeah. It would be so easy.
To steal it or to use it?
Well, it's the base unit just has a hose that comes out of it to the steaming head, and it's just it looks like a hose fitting basically. So you could just pipe that over to the box. I should probably pick up my own. I mean, I have one of those. I think I got it from Rockler. The steam, wallpaper steamer. Yeah. It does an okay job, but you know, this Jiffy thing, man, really kicks out some steam. It's no joke.
Yeah, but what are they're like $250 or something like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, but it's gonna last you the rest of your life. You know.
Yeah. Get another one.
Yeah, I've had to replace a bunch of the Eurolexes.
Yeah.
They go after a while.
Yeah.
The new ones are better, but the old ones.
Yeah,
I was replacing them about every 2 years.
Yeah. If you don't know, Brian's wife is like a tutu artist as far as ballet costumes and stuff like that. So she has this.
Yes, that makes sense.
She has this nice steamer for clothes called the Jiffy steamer, and we read about some guy using this thing for, you know, steam bending wood, and go, "This is the greatest thing since sliced bread." And it's like
it's easy to fill.
And I mentioned it, and Brian's like, "My wife has one of those."
Yeah.
Have you seen Shea Alexander's setup?
Oh.
So he got a steamer for a sauna.
Oh.
And he hooks up the garden hose to it.
Okay.
And it'll run forever.
Just a constant water supply.
Just constant water supply, constant steam. It steams for a sauna. It'll hook the whole thing up. I know Nick saw it and he bought one.
God.
How much are they?
It's like $3,000 or something.
Oh yeah, they're expensive. They're not cheap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they're not cheap.
Oh, and I thought the Jiffy was expensive. Okay.
Yeah, no, not really.
All relative.
Well,
it's all relative.
So when you know, buy a used sauna and get rid of the sauna and just use a steamer.
Yeah.
Or just convert your sauna into a steam.
Yeah, I was
room.
about to say that's a huge steam box. I mean, you could fit a lot of. Put the whole.
Now, did they ever have any autoclaves things big enough for chair parts?
I wouldn't. No, I don't think so. Well, maybe, you know, you get these commercial autoclaves, you never know.
Yeah.
They're not putting like long members into those things. They're doing like tools, right? Like
you're doing like
I'll tell you what, Sean, you could I won't tell you why I know this, but you can fit a turkey in one of those. I had nothing to do with that, but
no, of course not. Of course not. But a turkey is not a chair leg. Like it's still dimensional.
Well, I mean, but still, I mean, I'm talking a full size turkey in the pan. It doesn't turn just so you know, it did not turn out very good, but it is possible.
Yeah, I can't imagine steamed meat is very good.
No.
Bored anesthesiologist. This is what this comes to. Oh my gosh.
You put us on Thanksgiving. What do you want us to do?
Yep.
Autoclave a turkey. That's what.
Very nice. So, David, what are your favorite types of woods to work with, or wood to work with?
I think it's cherry.
Cherry, nice.
It's
color and workability.
Yeah, it's the workability. It works. It's turning some today, and I'm just getting ribbons off it on the lathe. Similar to what you get out of green maple. And you can carve it. It's strong enough to make for chairs. It's pretty enough.
Right.
The color's nice. It changes. You can get curly cherry that's just gorgeous, and in Australia it's blackwood. Because it's gorgeous. It's difficult to work, but it's gorgeous.
All right. So our final question is, what is your current go-to finish?
It is the Sutherland Wells that you know well. It's their botanical line of polymerized tung oils. So I first met them several years ago looking for a high quality varnish because I was mixing my own oil and varnish mixes and using that as a finish. I did that for decades and couldn't find varnishes, and I found them, and then I started using their other products. And it's and I think it's called VOC exempt, because it doesn't have any of your oils in it, but it's still, that citrus oil is still pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, I still wear a respirator when I put it on because I don't think it hurts you, but yeah, it's pretty powerful. Orange citrusy smell. Yeah, but it's it's wonderful stuff. I use it for pretty much everything now. If I'm doing tabletops and desktops, I'm usually using their varnish, their wiping varnish. And I've used their spar varnish for things that I know that are going to be outside or exposed. Their wiping varnish is wonderful for desk and tabletops. And then in the renovations, I use their Murdoch's. I don't know what they call it, but it's a resin oil, and it's really good for floors. So our bath and laundry room, I put in black oak floor, and I have white oak floor in the bedroom, and it just came out 3 coats, and it looks fabulous. Yeah,
and,
awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not just fans because they sponsor the show. It's a really good product.
Yeah, well, I've been using it for
the reason
years.
they sponsored the show is because we started talking about them because I called David up one time and go, because I was trying all these finishes, and I go, okay, David had this 3-thing mix, tung oil, you had your, I guess, turpentine or mineral spirits, and then you had a
varnish tung oil and linseed oil.
Mix. And then I was like, what kind of varnish is he using? I know he's using the spar varnish, but what brand? I called him up, and he goes, no, I'm using Sutherland Wells now. So
it changed.
So that's how I got exposed to it, and I think we talked him up, and and I think David has a 10% discount code, but use ours. Ours is the top of the show.
I do. Yep. Use my last name. You'll get 10%. I'm in competition with you guys.
Okay. All right.
I use it over milk paint. I use it on raw wood. I pre-finish like these. I'm doing these shaker number 5 side chairs in cherry, and I'm pre-finishing all the parts with it. Right on the lathe. Coat goes on, and then glue cleanup is nothing.
Yeah. One of the things I was using with theirs, some Chotsky's things I was making, but I used their oil, botanical oil, and then I put like 3 coats of that, and then I went over that with the wiping varnish, for a little durability.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep. And it's really nice, really nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I really like is their tung oil polish. So it comes in a little, thing you spray it on, or you just put a little bit on a cloth and wipe it off, and it's a furniture cleaner. It's a thing that's going to any show, or I give them to customers when I when I sell them a chair. Show them a little bit of oil on a rag, wipe it down, and it's clean. You don't have to touch it. It cleans it right up.
Nice. Well, with that, David, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
Yep, on Instagram, it's Douyard Chairmaker. So DDOUYARD Chairmaker. And then Website is daviddouyard.chairmaker.com.
Okay. Well, thanks once again for coming on the show. We look forward to it always, and can't wait to see you at the Texas Woodworking Festival.
Very much looking forward to being in Texas and seeing you there.
And that just about wraps it up for this show. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the show on the podcatcher of your choice. Just search for the Modern Woodworkers Association. And while you're there, please leave us a review. You can follow us on Instagram at MWA_podcast. And if you'd like to support the podcast, go over to patreon.com/MWA podcast. But the best thing you can do is tell a friend. Word of mouth goes a long way in sharing our discussion.